We're going
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Okay. This video is from March 2022, 2 months before I went into hospital and began the process of being diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. This video is about the symptoms I felt. They were very subtle. This is a video of me skiing 1 month before I was in hospital. No one would have guessed that inside of me was a large tumour in my pancreas, wrapped around my mesenteric vein and artery. The good news is that this story does not have the usual ending. I'm healing it. You can watch my other videos to see what I've done. I did not have many of the symptoms you find on Google. I did not have jaundice, which is where your skin turns yellow because your liver has stopped working, nor loss of appetite. I was eating just fine. I did not have dark urine, which is another sign your liver's not working. I did not have itching, which is another sign your liver's not working. I didn't have nausea and vomiting. And I didn't have diabetes or blood clots. I didn't have any dramatic weight loss, although frankly I probably could have done with some. Although I didn't meet the technical criteria for obesity, and obesity is a risk factor for pancreatic cancer, I did have too much fat, and I had this for over 12 months before I went to hospital. I did have fatigue. At the time, it was easy to put it down to having a young child and working too hard in a demanding job. But now when I look back, I think maybe all those times I fell asleep on the train back from work or during a film, my body was really trying to tell me something. I should have been a better listener. I had this for over 12 months before I went to hospital. Now, I've always been on the gassier side of normal, but usually I could let any gas go with a discreet tss. However, this changed about 2 months before I went into hospital, and the burps became outrageous, more like this. They were seismic eruptions from the belly of a beast. At the time, it seemed hilarious, but now I look back, I'm thinking I probably could have got this sorted out sooner. The reason it happens is that your pancreas makes enzymes. And if you've got insufficient enzymes, you've got insufficient digestion, and that causes burping. I should have paid more attention to this. Another classical symptom that I did have was clay-coloured stools. I got this about 1 to 2 weeks before I went to the hospital. My stools were also more solid and had a larger diameter. So at the time, because I was very ignorant, I even thought this might be a good thing. But the lack of bile pigment was likely due to the tumour obstructing a duct. So it was actually a very, very bad thing. I had severe chest and back pain for about a week before I went to hospital, and it was like a circle that radiated through my back. I also had what I would call a strange feeling in my chest. About 3 months before I went to hospital, I spoke to the doctor and they offered me an ECG for my heart, but I knew it wasn't my heart, so I said no. But the lesson is, always take the test, and then they'll have to do another test to work out what it is, rather than just decline the test. In December 2021, a gastroenterologist examined me and noted at the time that he thought I had a swollen stomach. I didn't follow up on it, and that was a massive mistake. I did also have, for many years before I went to the hospital, what I would describe as fecal urgency. For instance, you'd be on the train with a toilet, you would not need to go to the toilet, you get off the train to go on your literally 7-minute cycle ride to work, and then boom, suddenly you need the toilet. That was definitely a sign that something was not right, and I should have checked that out earlier. Although I hesitate to describe it as diarrhoea, I also had type 6 stool for many years. I also had chapped lips for many years, which I now believe was due to low B12. I hope this list has been helpful for someone. And remember, if any of these signs resonate with you, don't hesitate to seek medical advice. And if you don't want to get pancreatic cancer, get healthier, have no processed food, eat a variety of vegetables and exercise. Give me a like or a subscribe if you like this video.